Good morning, 29th January over here. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone's doing great today. I know a bunch of us, well, a bunch of you guys got some buys on pound yen over here for price to continue moving bullish, man. It was an amazing move over here. I'm kind of jealous. I'm kind of jealous that you guys caught this move because price made a resistance, did a little bit of a fake out earlier on, and then just this candle over here, this candle gave it all away. This was like, all right, boys, buckle up your seatbelts. We're probably going to move bullish, and we continue to move bullish. The thing is, I think sometimes we take impulse entries when we don't trust our confirmations, and I think some people took impulse entries above this wick over here, and this is not the right way to take impulse entries because not only your stops are bigger now, but also your take profit is limited, right? This is like you're really choking your trade. So that's why impulse entries here, they don't work. You get your confirmation, you get confidence, you take the trade. Look at this. Your stop is managed and your upside is massive at that point. Good morning, beautiful people in the gulag. It's really awesome to see your lovely faces and your icons over there and your profile pictures. Some people have letters over there and some people have faces. Amazing. It closed below resistance on a 30-minute though. Yeah, but still, there were overwhelming confirmations we're going to continue moving bullish, especially when this 15-minute candle closed above these here to the left-hand side to continue up. So there was no confusion there to take buys, not to take buys over there. Okay, so Gulag is coming in right now. Amazing, amazing. Welcome, welcome. It's a Friday here today, and Friday usually, we try to have like a guest on today, and probably we're gonna have Jeevan here today, the guy from Capitol Hungary. It's going to be a very chill day here today. There's going to be no trading. We're going to go over, obviously we're going to go over some charts here and there, but there will be no trading done at this point. You wouldn't take that GJ buy just because it broke resistance, right? Yeah, we would. I mean, why not? It was in an uptrend. Why wouldn't we? Why wouldn't we take buys? Look at the 1 hour time frame there. Just bullish, so why wouldn't we take buys? Let's take a look at the daily over here now in pound yen. Let's see over here. So now looking to the left hand side, we got to identify how far price can come up, right? So when we look to the left hand side, I think the first thing we can identify is that there's this wick over here around 143,700, right? Pretty good target over here. Let's bring this all the way to the right hand side. 143,700. It's a pretty good target here for price to come into. That's almost like 10 pips away here now as well, So there's a pretty nice bias from down over here. If you're holding, man, beautiful. You're doing extremely well. I hope no one sends multiple charts here today. If you do, I'm not going to look at them because it gets annoying, like you get like 100 messages and 50 charts and all of them are multiple charts. Oh wow, this is probably going to head straight towards 143,700. Let's take a look at this analysis over here. 4 hour resistance zone, resistance from February 20 buys. I still think it's at 700 instead of this area 650. Messy candles to the left. Look back February 20, no trade. All right, and probably that trade was missed, but it was really good indication to go up. We added a new rule from last Friday. No impulse entries on Fridays. Stay safe. Yes, Friday is a day where you don't take any unnecessary risks and you just stay safe here on Friday today. Because a lot of times, I've seen people lose a lot of money on Fridays because, either they've taken losses during the week and they try to make those losses back and they don't work. Oh, me and Sacha have the same outfit today. Man, Sacha, I have 3 of these hoodies and all 3 of them so comfy. Not even lying because it says market fluidity, but they're just really comfy.
Yeah, to be honest, man, I'm kind of jealous. I think I'm gonna do some extra one for myself. Yeah, they're so comfy.
Yeah, when I buy stuff, I buy like two of each, two or sometimes three of each, in case I lose one or my brother takes one.
Smart.
All right, let's take a look here. Mr. Abdullah Khan had buys on pound yen to continue up. Nice, very nice. This should be
Of
running
course.
really, really clean now at this point. What's the reason why wouldn't wait for GJ to form a support first? Because price was extremely bullish. That's why. Price was extremely bullish. We already broke out of resistance here around 143 320. If you look right here, we already broke out of resistance here. And I mean, even if you look on the 30-minute time frame, there were confirmations right over here, candle closing bullish, moving into a high volume time frame. Time right now, here in New York, looking at 15-minute, you're getting overwhelming confirmations with candles closing above. So whenever you see these things, you have to ask yourself that is price going to go down or is it going to go up? That's it. That's all what you got to ask yourself. You know, if you look at this and you say, okay, price is going to go probably up, then you start looking for buys. Because from this stage over here, there's no way price can go down. Unless, you know, the Queen does something or Boris does something or
Queen.
I don't know, man. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
so we have Jeevan over here, the guy from Capitol Hungary. I keep showing you guys on YouTube.
Hey, how's it going?
What's up?
So what are you guys talking about? GJ?
Yeah, like how, like, you
Bullish,
know,
right?
it's just, yeah. Yeah, exactly. These are the buys I saw this morning, but then I didn't take them.
I'm looking for like a quick for like I know it's end of the month, end of the week, so like you don't want to trade too aggressively because you can always have the fresh month coming up where you're gonna get some great setups, right? But even on the lower time frames right now, if we could get a quick retest of even 0.500 for another like just to run up to 0.800, it's a nice little 20-30 pip range, right? But lower time frames are way too bullish right now. Japanese yen has been so bearish as well, so this has just been trending too clean. You just wait for the pullbacks
Yeah.
and buy, or you just wait for the breaks of the previous high and buy, right? So it's been clean.
Yeah, exactly. It has been. Why did you not take the trade? Oh, I was sleeping. Do you think GJ will stay above 143? Well, it's at 143,600. So it's got a long way to go below 143.
Yeah, I don't think the only way like you're gonna get any type of sell play on GJ is usually when you zoom out on the higher time frames, like the 1 hour or the 4 hour. You can see that every time buyers print a new high on GJ, then you do get these pullbacks just to retest structure or retest previous highs, right? But other than that, it's just best to wait for the pullbacks, the support to be created, and just continue with this trend. Just because market optimism overall has been too strong. Like if you look at the UK stock market, just like any other global stock market, it's extremely bullish. When you look at the structure and trend on GJ, it's extremely bullish. When you look at the Japanese yen standalone, like if you can take a look at, you guys could always pull up the Japanese yen index, it's extremely bearish. So there's a lot of money coming out of the safe haven currencies like the US dollar, Swiss franc, and Japanese yen, and it's going in like all these risk currencies, right? So that's why like Euro USD on the higher time frames so bullish, Euro JPY, AUD JPY. They all have very similar structure because it's all running based on that market optimism, right? So it's nice. Gold too, because the dollar's so weak right now. We just missed a great retest at 1855. If you guys talked about that, right there at the break of that high there.
Right there?
That was nice, eh? That was about like 20 minutes ago, probably just before you started the Zoom session. Yeah, if you go to like the 5 minute or the like even the lower time frames, you see the price action right at the break of the high. It's pretty clean.
Yeah, I see
It's
that
pretty much
now.
right there, right? Yeah. So you had a break of the previous little minor high and then a support created and then just running up the range right there because the dollar's so flat.
Wow, coming straight up over here. Yo, let me ask you this. So, since like with all the lockdowns and everything like that, what's pushing currencies up? Like when it comes towards pound and euro.
Well, there's a major disconnect between investor behavior and the movement in the markets and the actual state of global economies, because global economies are still in the shitter right now, but the markets and these various currencies have the respective support of their central banks, right? So as soon as you had all of this mass fear and uncertainty, then you had the respective central banks like the Federal Reserve for the US, the Bank of England for the UK, ECB for Euro, right? They started printing out dollars and injecting their economies by purchasing government bonds, corporate bonds, purchasing ETFs to support their stock markets. And then you had all this stimulus given out to the people. So right now the markets are running they're running in a very artificial state, I like to say it, and it's just running on pure investor greed with the support of the central banks and corporations. So the 1%, they're milking it as ever since like the equity markets did that dip. Ever since March, if you look at GJ or any stock index from around the world, like FTSE 100 for the UK or Dow Jones, like you guys look at US 30, it's been bullish, right? So it's from that support of the central banks, and you can't fight the Fed and you can't fight the central banks. And that's one of the reasons the US dollar has been so bearish, is because the Feds are printing out so much of the US dollar to support the economy, to inject it into the markets, that you're having an oversupply of the US dollar and an under demand of that. So the US dollar standalone has been extremely bearish since March 2020, where you have your pairs like Euro USD, Euro JPY. It's on the higher time frames, it's just running in that bullish market structure, right? So primarily when you have the support of the central banks, and they're not going to let the markets drop because they have the power to prevent that, they're going to keep pumping the markets, and you're just going to get these pullbacks and then continuations on these pairs like GJ or EJ or Euro USD in the bullish market structure, right? Whereas the 1%, the governments and the central banks, they don't really give a shit if the masses are suffering or people lost jobs. They're worried about their pockets, right? It's just like any other financial crash in history, where the people are the ones that end up paying it through their labor, work, taxes, and the corporations, the banks, everybody else gets bailed out, right? So
Yeah, like what happened yesterday, like last 2 or
Yeah.
3 days with all this GME talk.
but yeah.
Someone is saying, is this guy reading a news article or does he write them?
Uh-huh. No, we're just bantering, shooting the shit.
No, this is just regular information that comes from Capitol Hungary. It's not like he's reading an article and just, like reading it to us. No.
Uh, this is like normal banter we do like day to day too, you know?
What's your thoughts on buying physical gold? I mean, where are you going to store it? Like, are you going to store it at home? Are you buying in grams, like per grams or kilos? I mean,
Well, physical gold demand's still very high and bullish, but like when you're a trader, it's best just to trade, like, you know what I mean? Make your money trading gold if you understand the supply and demand of it, because it's going to impact the gold digital spot we're trading too, right?
all right, what's this here? Very difficult month had been BE in December, but this month ended negative. Very disappointed with myself. That's okay. I mean, it's still January here. I mean, unless if you're not down by 10%, 15%, something monstrous like that, I mean, it's still pretty good. If GJ keep going up, will be the next target. What I see is around 143,700. That's the area I see, and that's like your daily wick top right over here to the left hand side. This is what I see right over here. Of course, there are some minor resistances on the small time frames around 650, 670 right over there. But I mean, this is going to be the major target right here. The thing about Friday is it's like this is the end of the weekly candle, and if you look at the weekly now, since this weekly candle is going to end, either it's going to continue pushing up to close like a solid bullish candle, or it's going to retrace to create like a wick, and then we can say, okay, you know what, price is dropping on the small time frames.
And monthly too, right? So go to the months. Let's see how the monthly is potentially closing
Oh
today.
yeah, we got
And
the
how the
monthly
new month,
closing
because
too.
it's looking pretty bullish for the next month, just to do a pullback, create a lower wick, and then look at the range we have, right?
Yeah.
On the monthly. So this monthly candle's closing today as well.
Yeah, we could potentially come into like 144 or 500 area with the next monthly candle.
That's what I'm saying. It'd be ideal like for the next month if we just make a lower wick on the intraday time frames to retest the previous highs GJ created. Like if you go to like GJ, like on the 4 hour, if just for the new monthly candle to get buyers in the market from better positions, and as we do see those pullbacks happen whenever GJ buyers create new highs, we could get a retest to like 142. I know it'd be deep, but like 142 flat just for the new month, and then just a continuation right back up with the bullish structure would be ideal. So because this is looking like a nice close so far, and the way it's been trending, the way we cleared above those previous highs as well.
Yeah, you know what? This is a like a resistance here on the daily around 580, 143, 580, 600 to the left hand side. Yeah, we'll see if we start rejecting this or not. Would you call 0.5% break even? Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's still a little bit profit, you know, but you know, little profit, break even. Oh, you took an entry right over here for price to continue up. Nice, 15 pip to clean traffic to the left hand side. Beautiful.
Yeah, a lot of Asian currencies are weak. So that's smart.
Hey, do you take into account past price action like this in trade? Only left hand side was price action to February 2020, or do you only look back at far defined price action targets? So when you're looking left on the small time frames and you don't really see any zones, I like to look at the daily, like the high time frames, and I like to see, okay, where can we see a possible rejection? And the only possible rejection we see on the daily is right over here, right? So I'm going to keep this in mind as price continues to go up. So these become your wick fills on the higher time frames. You know, obviously on the small time frames, you're going to have some sort of market structure, but overall, you're trusting your higher time frames to continue on to, like, you know, fill those wicks here to the left hand side. As you see right over here on the daily time frame, it's pushing straight up into that rejection zone. So we don't know whether it's going to reject it or it's going to break through it to go continue moving up. We don't know that yet.
Hey, Jeep, what's your view on the digital dollar? You're talking about the Federal Reserve, how they're going to get rid of like the paper dollar and come out with a digital dollar. I think it's not going to be too different from how the US dollar is controlled and distributed and handled right now. It's just that everything is going to be a lot easier to audit, track, and watch because it's all going to be digital. And as soon as the Federal Reserve comes out with their own digital dollar, which is essentially a central bank cryptocurrency, it will, in my opinion, have a big impact on the rest of the cryptocurrency market. So other than that, it's still going to be the same idea where it's still going to be controlled by the central bank. They're going to still have all of that power behind it, and we're not going to see too many changes in how the system works, if you get what I'm saying, as from that perspective. But I do think it will impact the cryptocurrency market overall, because now you have this regulated and controlled digital dollar by a central bank, and then the other central banks obviously across the world are going to follow suit and do what the Federal Reserve's doing and move in that direction, right? So now a lot of the main cryptocurrency is going to be coming from the central banks, and then you're going to have everything else sort of being regulated down the line underneath that. So that's something to be very cautious about, and something I warn a lot of cryptocurrency buyers long term is that these central banks And unless the central banks can have full control of it or get their hands in it from a institutional perspective down to a government perspective, then I don't see them having this huge bullish run long term like everybody's saying, especially if like the digital dollar comes out in the near future. But yeah, it's gonna be the same shit, right? You're still gonna have to go to work, still gonna be the same shit, same dollar you're working for, same like inflation impact, everything else. Right now the dollar itself, it's not like there's actual printing going on of the dollar. It's all digital right now. They're just pressing a button and saying, all right, we're releasing this much more supply and giving it to the government and buying the bonds. But other than that,
Yeah, I kind of agree with that because if they do that, that's going to give them way more control over the money that's being circulated right now. Because, I mean, think about it. How many people are just hoarding on cash right now? They're hitting on cash and no one has any control over it. So I think with this digital dollar coming in, this is going to give them a lot more control, like what China's doing right now. China's got the digital yuan right now. They not only control the population now, they're also controlling every aspect of every transaction they make.
Hey guys, I think if they do set it all up, it won't be the same as the kind of cryptocurrencies as we know them, where we can track and trace where the movement is going on. They're not going to give us access to that at all. It'll probably just be another payment system, and that's it. I mean, I can't see them actually having something that like people, I think, on the whole, are too thick for cryptocurrencies as well, because there's a principle, right, which is possession is ownership. They can't give up ownership, and on top of that, if it goes wrong, they need someone that can reverse it. To be kind of like, how the other cryptocurrencies are. Well, you lost your money, there's no one to go to. So I think they'll do it, but it'll be the same thing, and not exactly a cryptocurrency in the other respects, but only in the sort of financial payment method. That's it.
yeah, it's gonna be the exact same as like how currencies are now, except just more innovated for like to be easier watched, tracked, audited, transferred, right? Just as technology innovates, but it's still going to be regulated, controlled, the exact same as all currencies are now by the central banks going down the lines, right? So,
but also, like how we can track how much.
And when I say that, and sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but every time I say this, cryptocurrency fanatics get pissed at me. But like it's not like I'm against cryptocurrency. Like I've invested in Bitcoin as it's rallied. Like I'm very interested in the technology behind it and how it can innovate money transfer. Like for example, Ripple's XRP, it's being used by banks to replace like payment systems like Swift and to make international money transfer a lot easier. But the reality is, these central banks and these governments will only let it go so far until they come out with their own, or until they fully regulate and control that market. On a short scale example or a small example, look at what's happening with this whole GameStop movement, where yes, you saw this little news, this whole social media impact, and it was all over the news that like, oh, the retail traders beat Wall Street. But at the end of the day, they just help the price of a stock increase, right? And then now none of them can even cash out. You have all of the brokers, all of the actual institutions saying, no, we're not, that was illegal, what happened, we're not going to allow that. And you see the harsh reality that comes into play when like the SEC comes into play, or when these institutions or brokers say, we're not going to let people take their positions, we're not going to let them cash out, or you have all these issues arising over it now. So as soon as these central banks come out with their digital currencies, it's gonna heavily impact the crypto market. It's just cause and effect, right? So
yeah, one more thing I was talking about was, while I was discussing it with somebody, was like if let's say Robinhood, they said, hey, like, you know what, we're gonna stop trading in this and that. If that was a unregulated broker, I don't think anyone would have had enough power to force them to stop, like trading on GME stocks or AMC stocks or whatever that happened. But it was a regulated broker, which means that it was being run by external horses, which is why they basically stopped all those things. A regulated broker can also do that.
yeah, that happened with oil, remember?
Yeah, when all
Oil went
dip. Yeah.
They didn't let anybody enter. They didn't let people close. People who did get positions and made so much money, they said they increased the swap fees times like 1,000. There's like all these like people like the retail market didn't. They thought they won, but as soon as those regulations come into play, then that's the harsh reality, right? So.
Oh man, that was crazy. Let me see over here. So we had daily. We go back to
And that's
March.
the thing, right? Like this type of manipulation with stocks or currencies or commodities, it happens day to day from a legal perspective by these institutions and corporations and banks, but it's just legal, right? But as soon as a retail population or a retail trader comes to do it, then all of a sudden it's not right? But at the end of the day, that's the way the market and the game works. So
Yeah, see, it was right over here. Price went to 0 and then nothing. Nothing at all.
it actually went to in reality went to minus 40.
Minus
The
40.
contracts, yeah, it went to minus 40. They just don't show it on the charts.
I know, you couldn't buy over there. Like on Google, you could see minus 40, right? But you couldn't buy over here. Imagine like anyone would have bought right over here, knowing that, okay, like the average price of oil is actually like, you know what, like $20, $30.
Somebody said Bitcoin is not a currency. Research first. Cryptocurrency are not currencies. Read that out loud to yourself. You just said cryptocurrency are not currencies. That's like saying the color blue is not blue. Doesn't make sense, right? I wouldn't send that in a chat. I would think about it first. What I was gonna say.
What's this? My entry was taken at the high when the high of this resistance was broken. Kept my stops on the current 15-minute candle. I knew trade was very likely to win. Close full position over here since started to get very volatile. Oh, nice. Yeah, it was a nice trade. Secured 1.5% for the day. Amazing, man. Amazing. My bank gives me 1.5 for the year on a $100,000 balance. You made 1.5% in what, like 15 minutes? Crazy. Hey, just started trading live from last week and I'm really happy that it ended with a 3.5% gain. Oh, nice, because I managed to cut off my losses early and let the profits run. Beautiful. A lot of people in the Gulag owe us some steaks or some Uber Eats or a breakfast or something like that.
Why? Like for trades?
For trades, man. Like yesterday.
Yeah. What'd they say?
Yeah, yesterday we waited 2.5 hours for that pound yen push.
Mm-hmm.
If you remember yesterday. Yeah, it was right
In
over
the
here.
Gulag, they said they're gonna get you breakfast.
No, I mean they should, you know, like they
Oh
should.
yeah, they should. Out of respect, they should. Maybe a coffee at least. Some got coffee.
When can we deposit in Trader's domain? You can deposit in Trader's domain anytime you want.
Please tell Capitol Hungary there is no stopping Ripple. I said I didn't say anything against Ripple. I said I support Ripple's XRP. I know a lot of Canadian banks have already been adopting the technology to replace SWIFT money transfer between banks. So like it's not like I'm against cryptocurrencies. I'm just telling you guys an opinion from a realistic point of view. That's it, right? Like the central bank's digital currencies, but with like stuff like Ripple's XRP, it is used to make money transfer more efficient and easier. So yeah, it does have that use and innovation with it, right? I know like RBC has already been looking into using it to replace SWIFT. So it's just to replace those money transfer systems such as SWIFT that banks have been using for such a long period of time. It's not an overnight process, right? It's going to take a lot of time to replace that infrastructure. So, but yeah, it's still cool shit. There's GJ's going.
Yeah, it's coming up towards
That 0.500, man. It was a nice little quick little retest close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna get that H4 wick fill.
yes, 143,700 right over there.
Okay, so what I mean by that is, oh, somebody sent you breakfast. Wow,
Oh.
Corey. Round of applause for Corey Richie. Wow, man sent breakfast. That's sick. But okay, this is an example. All right, what I mean is, let's just say you had a small town, right? That small town is known for people selling fruits, right? There's just a few people in that town, they sell fruits, right? Some guy has a banana stand, some guy has an orange stand, some guy has an apple stand. These are the fruit currencies, all right? Then the government comes in and says, hey, we're actually going to be selling all the fruits over here. So there's going to be regulation if you go and buy those fruits over there. There's going to be issues. There's going to be more taxes. They have to buy their fruits through us. There's going to be either taxes, fees, or it's going to be illegal, right? So I don't mean that every single cryptocurrency within the cryptocurrency market is going to get impacted, but I'm talking about the whole industry as a whole. As soon as central banks make those digital currencies, that's the whole point. They're trying to regulate and control that space, right? Just like they do with the currency space, just like they do with the stock markets, bonds, commodities. At the end of the day, these major resources like oil, precious metals like gold, currencies, it's controlled by the central banks, by the country's governments. So, you know what I mean? So the same thing will eventually happen with the cryptocurrency market if the central bank chooses to regulate that space. They have the power to do so. And if you think they don't, that's very naive. You know what I mean? So that's it. That's what I'm talking about. That's just, and you see that repeat in history with everything.
There's a point, Jivan, you know, BTC at the moment, right, is stuck structurally. It's only able to produce like, do about, say, 10 transactions a second, you know? And the purists out there that say it's going to be global and this, how the hell is something that only can manage 10 transactions a second going to try overtake Visa? See, it still needs to be technologically upgraded. There are mechanisms in there, but they're not activated. So they have mechanisms for faster transactions, but you know they're just not implemented. And the second thing is it has the ability for smart contracts, which is implemented as well. XRP smart contracts actually are active. You can actually run smart contracts on it.
That's what I was talking. That's what I was saying. XRP is like that's why I'm more of an XRP fan myself too, for those reasons. But yeah, it's not like I'm against cryptocurrency. I know a lot of people are big cryptocurrency fans. You know, it's not like I'm against it.
All right, what's this? Ooh, nice. Thank you, Sergio. Sergio sent $4.99. Now I'm gonna have a 2-course breakfast today.
2-course? What the fuck is that?
2-course breakfast. First toast, then eggs. Hey Raja, can you please make proper TP and stop loss when you take a trade? Yesterday's stop loss was not there. Thanks. Well, Mr. Manish Bhatia, what basically happens is that sometimes, you know, you come on the stream with a spoon and we can put food in the spoon, right? And then we can't put that spoon in your mouth. You got to help yourself with that spoon in the mouth. That's the best we can do at this point. Oh, Joshua sent $100.
Oh, who is this guy? Joshua Lindsay.
Joshua Lindsay.
Who is this guy?
All right, we're getting steaks and breakfast today.
I sent $100, man.
Yes, perfect. I'm going to get steaks today.
What a way to end the month. Beautiful. Yeah, I can't believe when people do free streams, like even when I'm doing the London streams, like on Tuesdays and shit like that, people come in with so many requests, so many details. Hey, can you please do this? Hey, can you please do that? And it's like, man, this is a free stream, like, you know what I mean? Just enjoy it. Enjoy the analysis. Enjoy the information.
Hey, man,
that's you.
I actually
Did
got.
you donate to yourself?
Yeah, I got to match.
You can do that too?
Yeah, I got to match the donations.
Then you got to put in 100.
Oh, there was no, like, this was the max one here, like the sticker. Yeah, they only have the max $50 stickers over here. How can I get on the Zoom chat, have so many opinions I can talk about from here in the Gulag?
Oh, yo, Josh going in this is like an auction bid right now. This guy doesn't stop. Did anybody catch that GJ, the 0.500 buys? It's a nice, like you got like 20 pips.
Yeah,
I want to see how we react at 0.800 now.
Yeah, I should continue running over here.
Yeah, gold's ripping it, man. Gold fucking, if you didn't get that 1855 buy, I don't think we're going to get that aggressive of a pullback now until like NYSC.
All right, we got 200 in a roll here.
Dollars flat.
1865.
Someone said, "Can I get the 250?"
Can I get the two? What are you going to do with the 250? Let's see if we can give away a magic key here today.
Man, just tell people to put for the new monthly candle, because I think the new monthly on gold, we're gonna get like a nice retest of 1855, 1852, and then as soon as we break above like 77, man, gold's running right back up to like 1950s, because dollar's too bearish on the higher time frames though. Oh wow, Mr. Joshua Lindsay, holy, he must have taken the GJ buys.
He must have taken the GJ buy.
He must have taken the GJ buys. Yes. No, I only do the live streams on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but like you guys could always check those out if you want to. It's up to you. You guys want me to show my face? I gotta find the Logitech webcam.
All right, let's do that. Gold is reaching up above 1867 over here. The resistance here to the left hand side.
Yeah, it's breaking those nice highs.
Yeah. Rich people donating to rich people is the real problem in this world. No, it's not, because rich people know how to manage money. The reason why people don't make money because they don't know how to handle money. So even if they get money, they wouldn't know how to use it. This is the thing. Like
this fucking webcam is.
Like yesterday, someone asked me, "Hey, can you give me some money?" I'm like, "For what?" And they're like, "Well, I have to do these things over here." I'm like, "What for?" And then I'm like, "Then what's gonna happen?" And then they couldn't answer me, you know. And I'm like, "Well, then why should we give you money?" Rich people stay rich because they act broke.
Josh took GJ buys from Raja and I, so that's why he's donating so much. Yeah. Ask him. Go ask Josh. He'll tell you. So yeah, these guys bless me GJ buys.
Man, Josh has really opened my eyes to a new level of business here. He's deep into the ATM business, and man, it's crazy. It's crazy the way they work, the way they hustle. Man, it's amazing.
I called that trade before the stream. Don't do that, Jeevan.
Yeah, he did.
Wow, this guy.
He did. Sergio Macias donated $5. I've taken a lot of courses, but ever since I've started watching Raja, I've been profitable. Well then, think about when you get into market fluidity. It's going to be profitable plus.
Everyone said these are stolen credit cards. No, man.
These donations will be chargebacks? No, you can't do chargeback on YouTube. Damn, man. People always try to look at the negative side of things.
Right?
All the time. Negative side of things.
So negative, so dark.
Yeah, just be positive.
Dark hearts.
Like, look at it this way, right? Like yesterday someone messaged me saying, "Hey, I can't believe you made 50,000 in some month." He's like, "That's all fake and this and that." And
Yeah.
I didn't respond at all. And the reason why I didn't respond at all, because I don't think that person understands how much money athletes make in a week. You know,
Or
like
never, but yeah, that's why
Like-
people's fucking scope, man, pisses me off. Like how fucking narrow their vision is, and like how little their imagination or their belief in themselves and their work ethic and effort is so disgusting, man. Oh shit, man, I hate it.
Like,
You know what I mean? Like,
you look at like let's say Messi. You look at Messi, right? Man makes 400,000 a week, even when he's not playing. 400,000 a week, and people think making 50,000 a month is a lot of money. No, man. Like I look at those guys, I'm like, damn, those
Yeah.
guys are just killing it.
and there's people doing and there's people doing anything, and there's people like you can say that, and that's people, and those are like people that other people idolize, right? These are like social figures, athletes, but there's people out there who are playing video games, fucking streaming on Twitch, or there's girls out there who are eating fucking hot dogs. Dudes are paying to watch her eat. These guys, they're getting paid hundreds of thousands a month or millions of dollars. You know what I mean? There's so many different avenues around the world where money's being made from every single different industry, right? It's just that people don't have that belief in themselves that they can achieve anything. So then they don't even put any work ethic or effort towards anything. You know what I mean? So like, it's just disgusting. It's fucking disgusting, man. Especially the newer generation. It's just getting worse and worse. They're getting lazier and lazier. They want things even faster and quicker. Every trend, fad gets jumped on. You know how many people probably jumped into You know how many people who have been probably trading Forex jumped into stocks because that GameStop shit, and now they're fucking stock investors
For 2 days.
Right? Or when Bitcoin was booming, all these cave dwellers came out of their hole. These cryptocurrency wizards came out. You know what I mean? And then it's just you have to focus on one thing and have a passion for it, put the time and effort into it, and it's just constant repetition. And people forget.
Quick question, guys. Quick question. I got a question for you guys, right? Do you guys view the GameStop thing as a negative thing or a positive thing? And I'm gonna tell you my side of it.
It's just to me it's a normal thing. Like the only reason it was blown up in the news is because it happened from a social media perspective. But that type of moves in the stock market, go look at what Kodak did when the camera company got a vaccine contract and then Kodak pumped and dumped. Or go look at these. I can pull up like 5 different stocks in the Chinese stock market that did a pump and dump the exact same or did a similar move to what GameStop's doing now, right? So it's
Correct.
this is just, to me, it's just like it's interesting. It's cool to hear about when you read it, but from a trader perspective, it's just a retail trap. You know what I mean? It's just to get more people into the market who want quick, fast money or who want to be a part of a trend, and to get them investing into these vicious, ruthless, greedy markets where they're going to have a wake-up call months down the line if they still spend time and don't put the effort in or don't learn about what they're doing and just keep trying to follow these quick trends and fads, right? So
Look at this. Volkswagen did the same thing. This was back in 08, where it went from 250 all the way up towards almost to like 930, and it came right back down.
So this is the thing, right? I would think Roger will be excited about it too, because guess what? What GameStop did is open a lot of eyes to a lot of people that wasn't associated with the market, right? So I know Roger always preaches financial freedoms, right? This is the way that I got introduced to the stock market. Basically, just like the GameStop scenario, but I got introduced. Basically, I saw a guy that came in and bought $100,000 worth of gift cards. So I asked him what he did for a living. So imagine GameStop being all over the news. People are like, what the hell is this? And they're going to start digging in, and they're going to start more open their eyes to finance, right? So it might be a negative thing, but I view it as a positive thing, because now we're going to have more traders, more people trying to gain financial freedom.
More retards. More
retards. Yeah, but out of the retards, we're gonna gain some. We're gonna gain a couple. You know what I mean? But let me tell you what I hated. The only thing that I hated, the simple fact about the GameStop, is that when I went to E-Trade and I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy long-term puts on GameStop because I know it's coming down. It's just fluff. My broker wasn't allowing me to buy puts, and that's the only thing that I hated about it, because they let all the hedge funds got out of it, and that's not fair. And all the retail trader that had longs, they was holding the bag.
Yeah, they got caught holding the bag in longs.
Yeah, even Roger, pull up Kodak. Remember when the Kodak just earlier in 2020 they got a vaccine contract? Search on trading view Kodak.
Let's see here.
Just search Kodak.
Kodak.
Koda. Yeah, the first one.
What's happening with that?
Oh, look at this! $2, $2 to $60.
$2.
Yeah, because this phone company is about to go bankrupt, and and somehow they short-term Trump, or I forgot who it was, gave him a vaccine contract to start making vaccines for COVID.
guys who make cameras, hey guys, make vaccines.
Yeah. This type of stuff, it's not new. You know what I mean? It's not like it's just because it was from a forum perspective, a social media perspective, it got blown up everywhere.
So this is the thing. I'm gonna tell everyone this. there's a new pump. There's a new wave of pump and dump, and it's social media. These pumps are gonna be out crazy like they're never before. Back in the days,
no, it's not, man. It's gonna be regulated. They're not gonna.
they're not.
Yeah, but they used to do this a lot on the OTC markets.
Yeah, they're not gonna catch up. They're not gonna catch up. Trust me. Like right now, I see a stripper pumping Dogecoin right now, and they're not gonna catch up.
They put speed brakes on the stock, so anytime a stock's going to move a certain movement, it'll be regulated out. So it'll only be extra.
Trust me, man. The fucking you think they're gonna fucking come on, man? Talking about like the. You're talking about institutions, banks, SEC. Like you're thinking they're just gonna let this thing like you have to understand with this GameStop move, it just wasn't retail traders that made money. Elon Musk made money. Michael Burry, the guy from The Big Short, he made money on it. A lot of other institutions also rode this little social media fad and made millions of dollars and billions of dollars on this move as well, right?
Yeah,
So they said Michael Burry took like I think 7 million to like 7 or 17 million to 217 million from taking a long on GameStop and following that pressure of like the trend and what was going on. You know what I mean? So, but at the end of the day, just like back in the day when people used to do pump and dump schemes with penny stocks, yeah, you can make money on it, but how long does it last? Because it is illegal. The only people who could do it and say it's legal are the banks and the big boys, the whales, right?
Exactly. But I'm just saying there's a new form of pump and dump. It's gonna be back. We're gonna see tons of these, you know what I mean?
I think
we're probably not gonna see a GameStop again, but they're gonna be plenty.
I think Dogcoin is gonna be the craziest one. Watch.
I think what's gonna happen is like with
the doggy coin.
Yeah.
With what happened here,
freshwater futures is the next thing too. That's coming like actually for us to start trading day to day. Freshwater, freshwater futures.
But I feel like it's safer for me to cover.
Yeah, Raja.
Hey.
Good morning, brother.
Hey, good morning.
What I think is gonna happen though, honestly, with all of this manipulation, because this is nothing new. Like I got hit 10 years ago with a pump and dump in the stock market, a company called Cefi. I kind of fell into a lot of the patents they were coming out with. It went from like 20-something cents up to $2.70. Everybody was hyping it. And then a couple months later, it was less than a penny.
Mama is feeding.
Yeah.
You know, I think what's going to happen is with all this hype of social media is they're going to start restricting it. The same way you saw how everything got restricted during the political time with the Capitol and everything like that. What happened to Instagram and Twitter? It stopped allowing people to post things. I think they're just going to have an algorithm and do the same type of things when it comes to stock information. So they come across sites where they have people talking about a lot of things to manipulate. I believe they're going to have a way to restrict that. And as we already know, like Jeevan said earlier, whenever the percentages of the stocks move, they have the servers killed automatically.
The CEO of NASDAQ, she came out and said that they do have that software that can track the social media and stuff. And she said they'll be holding it. She went on TV and said that.
You gotta understand, people get paid full careers and work like as network security and internet security for the
work, basically PI work.
Yeah, like that's their jobs is fucking to do and monitor this stuff, and that's not like Bernard said, that's nothing new. This is how the system works.
Yeah, this goes on every single week or month. I guarantee you'll find a stock that does this. It's just that no one. It's like it's the typical thing like we say with the sheep, bro. It's just the hype gets everybody into it. And we already know when there's hype, you sell it. You don't buy the hype, you sell the hype and you get out of it.
Yeah. I agree.
Well said, brother. Well said.
Nobody has to lose, right?
Hopefully we get a 0.500 retest at NY Open, GJ, to make an hourly lower wick and then continue right back up. That'd be aggressive pullback, but it'd be nice to close the month off.
Oh, wow, look at this. Trader 1 from Vienna started watching a live stream January 2020 beginning 0.01 lots and currently trading with 0.5 lots. Comfortably seeing, donated 50 euros.
God damn.
Nice.
Whoa, yo, what is that?
Yo.
Wow.
Yeah, I got the whole team in the back. No, I got the whole team, man. What do you mean sound?
That was awesome. Oh, yeah, you're right. The audience.
Yeah, we got the audience. I've been winning more consistently thanks to, we got another 50. What's going on here? People getting paid today?
Yo, it's
all government money.
GJ trending bullish. GJ trending bullish.
Yeah, man.
Hornito, how are you?
Hey, good, my brother. How are you, man?
Good.
Been hunting this bison on GG since yesterday, brother.
Yeah, I know. I've seen you.
Brother, do you have any? I don't know if somebody asked you this and you already explained it and mind the question. Then, what is the nasty move from gold yesterday? That pump and dump, and then now it's pumping again.
Which one? Oh, when it went up to like the 1860s, corrected all the way down.
Yeah, what's the fundamental behind?
That was just when the dollar did the same whipsaw.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it was the Fed manufacturing index yesterday, but there was data at 10:30, at 9:30, and at 11. There was a Fed speaker. So it just did that quick whipsaw. But you know how gold, like if you look at gold and you zoom out on the 4 hour, some of these moves that happen between this range of about 1820 up to like 1860, this very higher time frame range, you can see gold behaves that way when it doesn't break these significant highs or lows. So what, like Roger, go to like the 4 hour on gold here.
4 hour.
Yeah. Here. Zoom out. Okay, so you see how, and you guys could just zoom out obviously on your own charts as well. But just the way any trading instrument behaves, you have these impulsive moves and then you have these corrective moves. The corrective moves are usually consolidation phases, or you have a pullback, right? You have an upside move and then a pullback and then a continuation. But with gold, when you notice how it moves on the higher time frames, you have these very strong impulsive moves. And with the market optimism, ever since we peaked those all-time highs at 2075, we've been having stronger seller impulsive moves on a higher time frame perspective. But after you have those impulsive moves, you can see even when you go to the left and you look at the previous months, that you start to enter these very higher time frame ranges that gold can play between for an extended period of weeks or months until you have enough liquidity in order to flow in the market for the next impulsive move, with the fundamental catalyst backing it. So let's just say with all this liquidity generated right now, and how we haven't had any significant breaks between highs or lows for a period of like a month now, if we were to get more coronavirus fear into the market or have like another lockdown, the easiest higher time frame buys with the technical confirms and fundamental is like right above 1872. And obviously the sells below, right? But until then, you have to be very mindful as an intraday and scalp trader of how investors and traders are behaving in this range. If you don't have any clean breaks of highs or lows on the lower time frame as well, then you can expect gold to do these very aggressive pullbacks, which you guys can see as you go in the lower time frames, right? So right now, gold is doing these great moves from like the 1836 lows and 1865, 1870 highs for an extended period of weeks, right? But you can't expect or start to marry a bias until you have a clean directional break with that fundamental catalyst. Until then, gold is in that corrective state, generating order flow for its next higher time frame move after having such impulsive sell moves where you're having 1,000 pip drops within days, right? And then you have these consolidation and corrective phases. So really, when you're trying to set up some higher time frame trades, you're just looking at those technical price points. And from what we're looking at right now, when we see this, what you're talking about yesterday, it's not anything new with gold. You see it do it the week before, you see it do it here, up and down here. It's just the way gold behaves when it's in these higher time frame consolidation zones. So if you can identify that, you can better adapt and trade that as a scalp trader and intraday trader. And then obviously when you get that break, you can take advantage of that as well, right? With your technical and fundamental confirms too. So
yeah, I was wondering why, if we had, for example, this kind of break from that structure, at this point, the next 4 hour candle, when we closed really nice bullish outside that area again, I was expecting some other moves toward resistance on gold. To be honest, a small, slightly pullback, to at least retest this area with the weekly candle, but I didn't want to see this heavy manipulation, this heavy drop toward this area right here.
Yeah,
I mean, I know we're rejecting basically this is a strong area. So, but again, another daily wick fill. But
yeah,
it's crazy, man.
The one thing is, we can't stress or fight about when gold does these movements, because obviously when we identify that it's in a corrective consolidation stage on the higher time frame, it's expected that gold will behave this way if buyers or sellers don't break significant intraday highs or lows. But the one thing we can still validate when we reflect now is even with that aggressive sell-off, we still didn't break those lows, right? So when you're trading these ranges on the lower time frame from the scalping perspective or intraday perspective, yes, we had this very aggressive sell-off, but did sellers break significant lows? No, they did not. And then when you start zooming in and dissecting the lower time frames, you can see the shift in that structure like you're talking about, and buyers jumping back in, and you can continue to like play and essentially ping pong these ranges until we have those higher time frame confirms to extend those higher probability cleaner trades, right? Where you're going to do like what Ted always talks about, and all this liquidity is going to be validated as buy side liquidity and buyer order flow to mirror this move, and you have this entire range to play. But you can't fight the markets until you get those confirms or start expecting it to happen without it actually happening in front of your eyes and being objective, right? So
no, I agree, man.
So even if Raja was to zoom out here, when people are asking why it's in a corrective stage, right? Zoom out more, you can see this is why. Like, you have these very strong impulsive moves. This is from 1950 to like 1820s. It's a $100+ an ounce sell side move on gold that broke structure as we are very bullish, right? So after that very strong seller impulsive move, we're entering this consolidation and corrective stage where we still haven't had a break of these significant highs or lows. So it's best just to play those ranges, right? And then that's what, but that's what I'm talking about. The market moves in those phases. You have these impulsive moves and then corrective moves, which is either going to be a pullback and then continuation, or an impulsive move, consolidation phase that doesn't break structure, and continuation, right? And that's going to be, and that's something you're going to have to assess on the various time frames as well, because you can have lower time frame ranges you're playing as a scalper or intraday trader, but you have to still be mindful of the higher time frames and the overall macro structure, right? And buyers and seller strength. So but I agree with you with those buy plays were beautiful from down here. Then you start to scale in based on the lower time frame structure. But now what we have to watch for is it's the end of the month, end of the week. We're coming to a very key significant high. And obviously, if we have that break, people can have easy Friday buys. For even as a quick scalp squeeze, you'll get a quick 50 pips if we clear that high. You get what I'm saying? And you have to watch your risk accordingly. But if unless you're already in buys, then there's no point trying to jump in near this intraday high right now, right?
And right now, since it's Friday, when the Thursday comes, I tend to see the how the weekly candle's looking. So right now, it's Friday, New Year session. There's like a $10 move on gold toward the 1875 to completely get the wick fill on the weekly candle. But man, I'm telling you, I didn't expect that heavy pullback yesterday.
Right now, based on the lower time frames, Kerwin, I'm seeing if we could get like even a quick pullback. When I'm looking at like some of the lower time frame structure, I'm watching 1856 area, 1855, 1856 to see if we could create a lower time frame support to retest those previous highs and those intraday candle bodies, right? Or around like 1860 if we don't go all the way down there. I'm watching 1860.
I would like to see 1860 to hold some sort of support right there. If we break below that, man, then
we'll start
it's gonna be more like a rejection.
The 1 minute,
I know. But on the 15 minutes, the lower time frames, 15 minutes. If you get any pullback below 1860, then it's rejecting that area. So if it start closing below that daily high from yesterday, then we can get another heavy correction to the next level, 1850. Other than that, I would like to see, for me to take buys with New York, I would like to see something, some support 1860.
I agree with
respecting that 1860.
We don't have too much else going on too. We just have like the U.S. home sales at like 10 a.m. but we could get a trade in way before that, right? That's like after NYSE.
Someone mentioned this guy speaking is really smart, so I'm gonna show you this guy right over here. This is his channel right over here. He streams. So Jeevan basically streams the London session for Tuesdays and Thursdays. So you can look at all these videos right there. I'm going to place a link in the gulag over here too for you guys. So if you guys want to overdose on fundamentals and technicals, this is it right over here. Literally, you gotta overdose. This is it.
Yeah, we have like me and you when we did that chart high podcast, like the psychology podcast stuff is on here too. Like if you scroll down and stuff, there's a lot of different videos, right? Higher time frame videos and stuff like that.
That's very nice. Jeevan, show your face, please. Oh.
Yo, I can't find the Logitech webcam. I gotta get a webcam.
There we go.
Everybody's like they never see my face. They act like I didn't have Instagram and all this stuff. Like, you know what I mean? All the OGs seen me.
They just want to know who the Wizard of Oz is.
Any tips for this trade and how to deal looking left over here? Any tips for this trade? I think the only thing you could have entered, I mean, you had all these situations here to the left-hand side, right over here. This is the 15-minute time frame. Yeah, so you had these situations here to the left-hand side. So I think the only thing that made sense was if we broke above this high over here. But then again, this would have been risky, keeping in mind you have this resistance over here. You know, so, but the thing is, if you see these moves happen often enough, then you're going to start to identify that, okay, like, you know what, if we moved in London session, we kind of consolidated, and then maybe the volume is going to continue on in the pre-New York. So that's what you put your trust in, you know, because also on Fridays, sometimes, you know, price continues moving just like it is today. And sometimes, you know, it just starts to retrace, because that's what we talked about in the weekly candle. Like sometimes you're going to see the weekly candles on Fridays, they will continue moving in the momentum. But like, you know, at times when the weekly candle has to make a top wick, you're going to see price coming back down. Let's see here on pound yen over here. So looking at the 1 hour time frame. Oh, wait a minute. 30-minute time frame. Yeah, like to be honest, there was no, I wouldn't have taken buys on pound USD here at all because of this resistance here, this resistance here, this resistance here. I wouldn't have. What looked clean was on pound yen. If you look on the small time frames here, this was way cleaner than pound USD. People get rich because they eat ice cream in the morning. Oh, only on Fridays.
You had ice cream in the morning?
Yeah, I'm eating one right now.
Oh wow, was those Magnums?
No, these are one of those no-name brands.
Oh,
of course.
Yeah,
of course.
They're cheaper, man.
Surprise me, bro.
I mean, why would I buy?
I thought it was like you know those nice Haagen-Dazs Magnums with the nice I thought it was those gold fucking wrap ones.
That's $4, man. Expensive. These are like $2 ice cream.
That doesn't surprise me.
It tastes just good, right, Raja?
Even better.
Yeah. Even better.
I respect that, Raja.
You don't know. You're supporting the small businesses. That's why you don't like big brands.
Like people don't know this. I'm the most cheap person out. I don't spend money at all.
People know that. Yeah.
I think everybody knows.
They hear you
I think everybody knows actually. Very loud and clear.
Obviously. They hear you talking.
No, they don't, because like every time these guys that talk about spending money in the group, I'm always like twitching. I'm like, no, don't spend it. Why are you spending this?
Yeah.
And I heard on one of Daniel's stream that you keep messaging him.
Who?
Daniel.
Oh, yeah. I try to guide him.
Keep on messaging him.
Yeah, I'm like, don't spend, relax, chill, you know. But you know. Didn't you just talk about buying 3 hoodies at the same time? Oh yeah, yeah. Because I mean, that makes me not think about buying other stuff, because here's the thing, if I'm gonna go buy, let's say, hoodies, I'm gonna buy like 3 of them at the same time, because that's gonna save me time thinking about buying another new design which may not fit me, you know. So if I wear shoes, if they fit me, I'm gonna buy 2 of those, because then, you know, what if I can't find them later on?
And you can buy 3 at $50 instead of buying one big brand at $150, right?
Yes. Also got to support the small businesses too, man. Small businesses are struggling.
Yeah, that's why I think you're doing the stuff you do.
Albert, are you good, Albert?
8.5 and 8. I always have to buy 2 pairs.
So, G-Win, do you think this is our pullback now to the 500 level?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at for this new 30-minute candle. But the only thing we have to watch is where we pretty much are rejecting on GJ. If you're looking at was at that 0.800 price point, right? So we're getting like an aggressive pull. I don't know why Raja has 0.700, 0.800. But anyways, you can see we rejected around 0.800 there, but we're still very bullish in the lower time frame structure. So I'm watching around the 0.5, 0.55 area. We start to make a lower time frame support and create just that higher low, like on the 5-minute and 1-minute time frame for like entries, scalps right back to the highs. But because it's the end of the week and end of the month specifically, I'm being very mindful of that and not going to be trading as aggressively. But right now, that's a nice pullback we're getting so far.
This is the trade I caught you in because I start to watch your videos. I'm in your course since yesterday, and I got the buy from 620 to what is it, 730, and now I took the pullback trade from what is it? It was entry 704 as we broke the 5-minute resistance, and I take profit at 622.
That was some nice scalps then. So if you've already taken those trades, then especially for you for the end of the weekend of the month, then no point over trade. That was nice little scalps to take, right?
So thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
What I'm thinking is we went up, created support, moved up. Now if we're retracing, if we break the support, we could see a correction down over here to like 500 level, just as you said. 500, 460. Yeah, like a break of this support. I'm not going to scalp it, but this is what I'm anticipating.
Yeah, the only thing is like I agree with that, but I always get iffy trying to counter trend trade GJ, you know?
Yeah.
Because you could be in profit for a little bit, then the next 1 minute, if it goes back with the trend and structure, you know, then fuck.
Pulls right back up in the range. You're like, oh.
Yeah.
Hey Roger, how much percent are you up this week?
Probably around 4%.
Nice. You've done really well on the streams this week. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah, 4%. Didn't really go too hard at all. I mean, like December took a break. January, I barely traded. I think the most I traded in January was this week over here. And February, I'm gonna start trading back up again with normal volume.
I'm with you, man. I've just been live back testing a lot of it, so it feels weird not like entering a lot of this stuff too.
Yeah,
that really comes from. Oh no, go ahead, Roger.
Most of the time, like there was no volume, like up until Biden came in and their whole administration came in power. I mean, before that there was just no volume at all, and it's what we talked about in the first week of January as well. Like just wait till they come in, and you're gonna see normal volume come back in the market. And lo and behold, this week we've had amazing volume on pound yen, amazing volume on gold. I mean, it just ranged, but still, if you look at the moves from this week and compared with the first 2 weeks of January, you're going to see a huge difference in volume.
Market just had to acclimate.
Also, the start of a fresh year, right? New fiscal year coming, quarterly periods and everything.
Plus, coming off such a crazy year.
And from everybody else, from a trading perspective, I was talking about this like on stream 2, and I talked to Raja about this. A lot of people, most of us who come into trading, the previous way a lot of us used to earn money was from working a job and getting paid for our time. We're all used to either getting paid for our time, seeing our parents get paid for their time. So the way to explain that is it really starts to psychologically program you to have those type of expectations, and that transfers over when you come into trading. Trading, you don't need to trade every single day, every single session, and you're not supposed to trade every single day or every single session if the higher probability setups are not there. You get what I'm saying? In trading, you get paid for your skill set, knowledge, experience, and risk management as you're putting a risk into the market for a potential reward. You're not getting paid for sitting in the chart for 8 hours and taking a bunch of trades and then saying, oh, how come I didn't make money? It doesn't work that way, right? You have to really focus on refining your skill sets and developing your knowledge first, and understanding and having realistic expectations in the market you are involved in, and then understanding that the psychology behind how you are getting potentially paid in the markets is a lot different than a job. So you don't need to trade every single day or every single session. You have to trade when there's high probability setups that present themselves in front of you, and just focus on taking quality trades over and over as the money and capital develops, right? So this just is for anybody who's new and really is trying to rush the process and take as many trades as possible and make so much money as fast as possible. Just understand that I've been in that same situation when I started like 3.5, 4 years ago. And all it ever did to me was give me false expectations, lead me to burning and crashing accounts, and then lead me to trading from an emotional perspective over and over again. And never taking responsibility or taking ownership for my own growth or for my own actions, always blaming everything else. So please understand, the way you get paid in trading, the psychology behind trading, it's different than a job. And you really have to change the way you think and change the way you view the possibilities of the market and how the market works, right? So thank you. Wow.
That's the second applause for this.
Yeah, but Albert fall asleep for your
Albert
story.
woke up from the applause, from the class. This man was slumped over.
Oh shit.
That was so funny, man.
Yeah, you're right, because here's the thing. The work ethic needed when you're working is way different than the work ethic needed when you're trading, because the more you work, the more you're going to get paid. I mean, that's how working in the normal environment works. But like in trading, it's totally different, right? It's not the same way of work ethic in trading, because like you can take one trade and you can call it a day and make 1% and be okay with that, right? But when you're working 8 hours. Sometimes you get paid based on your performance. Sometimes you get paid based on how many hours you worked, right? But in trading, you can take one trade, 15-minute trade, 30-minute trade, 1 hour trade, and be okay with that. So when most people come into trading, they come into with that same mindset of, okay, I have to trade to get better results. No, it doesn't work like that. You have to change your mindset to the fact that, okay, the less I trade, the more I'm going to understand, and with time, that I can capitalize on these moves which worked in the past. That's all what it is. Because once you start trading, once you identify a certain setup that has worked for you, let's say one time, I'm going to start looking at that and saying that, okay, if this worked for me once, how can I really exploit it next time with size? Or how can I exploit it with more volume the next time it happens?
And Roger, this is a great conversation right now. Go back to gold and on the 4-hour chart when we were looking at the large range it's in, okay? And I was giving this example as well. So, and you know how people zoom out again, right? So gold, right? Gold has been in this potential range, let's just say, for almost a full month. And like we were talking about, that a lot of people come into trading with that psychological mindset of getting paid for your time just because it's subconscious from how your parents got paid, from you working jobs, etc. But think about this. The average person working 40 to 60 hours a week in most countries, let's just say in a month, may get paid anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000, right? So this right here is a month. So as we could possibly be watching the markets right now and not trading this range and sitting on the sidelines as a trader, the average person is working during this whole entire time and are only earning possibly $2,000 to $5,000. But now let's just say you patiently waited for like what Raja is saying, that high probability clean setup. Let's say gold does what Kerwin's saying. It breaks above these highs. And then if you guys listen to Ted, when he talks about those mirror moves. If you were to take a simple one lot trade, a standard one lot trade at a break of these highs, and let's just say we do get that clean move where you break out of these highs and mirror that move, you're talking about hundreds of pips to the upside. And a simple 200, 300 pips on your one lot trade, just from a perspective that could run in 4 hours with how gold starts moving when it breaks out of these ranges, you could make your $3,000, $4,000 in that intraday period, the same time somebody was working this entire month gold range. It's a completely different mindset. And in this market where you might be trading a one lot, somebody's trading a penny lot, you have to understand through every single second that price is moving, there's billions and billions of dollars being exchanged from hand to hand, right? So at a job, everybody should work a job and develop disposable capital first and get job experience. Don't think I'm telling you to start fucking full-time trading or go be a hero, right? Go get an education first. Go work a job. Roger's been working since he was young. I've been working since I was young. We all been through it, right? But in a job, there's a certain limit to the amount of money you can potentially earn, respected to the amount of time you've put in with a company, your experience, your network, and so many other factors. Where in trading, it's completely dependent on you. You can grow your capital to a point where after an extended period of years in the market, you could be playing with $100,000, $200,000 capital and trading low risk every day and making $5K a day or $1,000 a day, or doing what Raja does or what I do or what Kerwin does or what Ted does or what people do 10 times bigger than us, 100 times bigger than us. You know what I mean? So it, like what Raja said, it's a completely different mindset, and you have to really adapt and shift your mindset and understand these markets, because these markets are these markets are greedy, corrupt, and created by humans at the end of the day. So human psychology is a major factor. The reason that 99% of people lose in these markets is because the markets target human inefficiencies and weaknesses and errors, right? So when you fall into that category where you don't have a trading plan, where you're not studying or putting the time in, you're over trading, you're over leveraging, you're not getting targeted. You're just following into, you're putting yourself into that population that the market naturally targets, right? It's just the way it behaves. That's the beast that the market is, right? So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta think this, that you're fighting against big institutions. Think of trading like if you're trying to rob a bank. Go there, get your money, and run. That's it.
Hey, and Raja, something to add on to what you're saying earlier about people who work a lot and then come into trading thinking the more they trade, the better they're going to be. That I find to be one of the biggest problems I had in the beginning, you know? Was always on the charts thinking, oh, the more hours I put in, the better I would be, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think most effort should be put in. I mean, something that what I've been doing is, like, for the past year and a half, is whenever I'm done with my session, I'm always looking at the New York session and seeing that, okay, what did I do? If I took a trade, how could I have capitalized more on that trade? Or if I took a losing trade, how could I have taken a better trade? Or, you know, was there something I missed? Was there something I ignored? Or if I missed a trade, how could I have, you know, entered that trade? That's what I look at when I'm done with my session. You know, most people, what they do is they look at that and say that, oh, hey, like, you know what, okay, I missed a trade, let me get on another trade. Terry Martin said, Raja, when he doesn't care, he says, yeah, nice. No, Terry Martin, you don't know the relationship me and Bernard have. Me and Bernard are like real life friends. It's not like I'm being mean. God damn, man.
Oh, man.
Yo, people always try to, you know how many people think like all of us are enemies?
Yeah, I know, man. Sometimes,
right?
yeah.
You know how many people, you know how many people make up gossip and drama that we're like, what the hell? Where did this come from? As all of us, all of these people in the audience, in the gulag, or people that listen to me, or any of you guys individually, if you guys don't know, we talk every day. All right, all of us are friends. We're good with each other. We respect each other, appreciate each other, roast each other. Like we're good. We talk daily.
Especially
man.
roast each other.
Yeah, we got Illuminati. We got Illuminati going
That's how
on.
the day
Right?
goes by, man.
Yeah. So I don't know where people start making all these stories and assuming things, man. When you assume, you make an ass out of you and me. So don't assume. You get it? You guys don't get it.
Get it? You don't get it.
You broke it down. You broke it down.
Guys, thank you very much for this week. Roger, mate. Go in.
Thank you.
Okay, yes, sir. Take care, brother.
Stay safe, stay strong, my people.
Yes, sir.
And I shall
Yeah,
see
man.
you when fate brings us together again.
All right, man.
Hey, Roger.
Hey.
So I want to ask you and Jeevan a question. Like, I just want your opinion on something, okay?
Okay.
So basically, you know that I speak Arabic and I'll bring like trading to the Arabic world, like within the like just in Arabic languages, okay? So my question is, do you think that I should have it in the way that I'm trading, or just cover the basics, like the entire thing, like trading patterns on all of that, and then have the other stuff, like how to trade and the way I trade?
Well, it depends what kind of information you want to give your Arabic community. Like, what makes sense to you.
Yeah, but the thing is, they don't know anything about it because there is no information in Arabic. So you have to basically show from the beginning. That's why
Yeah.
I'm debating which one should I go with.
Yeah, then go with the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah, go with the beginning, because if they don't know the beginnings, you got to go with the beginnings.
Okay, so basically patterns, candles, and all that, and then move on to more advanced stuff like risk management and the other good stuff, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
You should teach the psychology and risk management first, actually.
Oh,
So yes,
Yeah.
price management is key.
Because
you should teach all the trading psychology and risk management first before they even know what a candle is or what a chart is or how to enter a trade.
Yeah, because we are very aggressive, so you gotta teach us to be calm first, because like you can't have a very aggressive, competitive person come to the market and expect them to make money.
Yeah.
Because if they lose a trade, they'll be like, "All right, Habibi, let me show the market now,"
This is so true, man.
And it's not gonna work.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. I cannot say no to that. So yeah, probably that's the best way is to go with risk management and emotion and all of that stuff, and then tell them like what Forex is and so on and so forth.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense.
Will you potentially look for sells if price starts to break below 143,600? I'm not trading today, but if it breaks below 143,600 and continues down towards, let's say like 480 or 460, like to partially correct this move, that's I'm going to say in my head that, okay, you know what? My anticipation was correct. So like, most times if I'm not even taking trades, I'm just taking pivot trades, like, in my mind to just solidify the concept. Like the entire December, I took no trade, but just looked at the market, looked at price action, took paper trades in my mind. They worked, and they basically prepared me for January and potentially like, now moving into February. So most of my time spent is just watching the charts basically and looking to see if candles are going to print something that I've seen in the past that has worked. That's basically it. Like yesterday, right? If you guys remember yesterday we waited for about 2.5 hours for price to basically come out of this range. So this was your range right over here, right? Between 142.250 and 650. We waited all this time for this candle to break out of this area and then to take a trade for price to continue going up to fill this daily wick. This was a daily wick on the daily time frame.
Somebody said I got Napoleon syndrome. Does that mean if I'm short? I'm not short.
Yeah, G was not short.
I'm 6 foot, man.
Napoleon syndrome because he talks a lot.
You know why people think that? Because some dumbass said that you're a little Jiven, so they think that you're a short guy.
Oh, I see.
Maybe that's why.
I see where it came from.
Yeah, that's why.
And thank you guys.
You told me to come on here and then talk about the markets and stuff. Obviously, I was gonna talk about the markets and stuff. Yo, nice 6 foot is short nowadays. If 6 foot is short, then then I guess I'm short.
Is it good to aim for 5% a month if someone has large balance, or could it not work? Yeah, it could work, 5% a month. Still pretty good. You got to look at it this way, right? What's the major institutions giving you in returns? Just look at it that way. If you can make 2% a week, 3% a week, you know, maximum, let's say 5% a week, or let's say some weeks you have a great week, you're making 15% a week. That's still amazing. You know, if I can end my week with, let's say, a 4% gain, 5% gain, I'm perfect with that. Like, you know, there's no problem there at all. Because if I can stay, so let's say someone has a $500 account, you know, $500 account, 5% a week, it's, let's say, what, $5, right? But if you can stay consistent for 2 months, 3 months, then you know, okay, like, you know what, if you're consistent on $500 for 2-3 months, that means you're going to be consistent on a larger account too, because this habit of consistency is just going to follow you on a larger account as well. But if you're not consistent on a small account, you're not going to get consistent on a large account either. Like, I know a bunch of guys who weren't consistent on smaller accounts, and they said, hey, we're going to get this funding account challenge for a $100,000 account, and then probably I'm going to get consistent. Guess what? No, man, because the drawdown on a $100,000 account is equals to the drawdown of your $500 account. You know, like $500 drawdown, $600 drawdown. So mentally, you can't cope with that because you weren't consistent. Does the market patterns keep on changing, or is it the same forever? I think the market patterns are same forever, because I personally think, some may disagree, but that's okay. I personally think that the way the market moves, it moves on how we perceive basically price action, you know. And I've started to believe the fact that the reason why patterns they basically happen over and over again, because 90% people, they lose over and over again, making the same mistakes over and over again. So based on that, I think the patterns are always going to be here. Nothing's going to change ever. Nothing's going to change. Ooh, Wes Al donated $50. Nice.
Damn. Dinner. Winner, chicken dinner.
Can I owe money to a broker if I lose? No. All brokers these days, they have negative balance protection. But in options, you can owe brokers, right?
Yeah, in options. Depends on the situation with the option. I think it's only on the short side, right?
Yeah. You usually have to apply for it.
Holy, Joshua sent another 50 to match that guy's 50. He got jealous.
That was a nice hour wick fill on gold. Nice pull.
I'm seeing what gold is gonna do around like oh, it's because right now the new hourly candle just made the upper wick and didn't make a lower wick yet, right?
Yeah.
So I want to see if it comes down to give us that like 1860s retest.
Mm-hmm.
And if we can get a lower time frame support formed and then continue the bulls up for a quick trade. Otherwise, they're not gonna force anything.
It's too bullish.
But I can see us easily another 60 pips up to 1876. Like if we do make another high.
Yeah.
We don't have any data, anything else going on either.
There's no news here today either. Just like
nothing.
Small minor news.
Might be quiet because end of week, end of month we might see a nice little move and then markets just rage to close the week off.
Oh, there we go. Pound yen is breaking down. It's looking 15-minute time frame. It's small time frames.
It's gonna give us that 0.500 retest.
Yeah, that 500 should be nice.
Probably below that as well to like 143, 450. Could see that.
Think so?
Yeah, also.
Yeah, I was thinking about 420 too. Yeah.
Because like
I see that 450. I see that.
Just this candle needs to close below this area, and then we can comfortably say we're gonna get that. Because here's the thing, this is
bouncing off a little support now. Yeah.
This is the daily level it bounced off from here to the left hand side. You see that tiny two rejections over there. You don't even spend, it's because of your heart you're getting your donations. Oh. Yeah, well, after 4 years of streaming, no, 3 years of streaming, 1 day of donations, I think it's okay. Would it be considered impulse trade to jump in now before the candle closes? Yeah, that's going to be the most dumbass trade you can take on Friday.
Yeah, it's a GJ still like we're waiting for a pullback to buy it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're waiting. We're not looking to sell GJ. GJ bullish as hell. Yeah. It bounced off almost 0.5 there, man. It's 0.55. It's close.
Hi there. What do you think about this London session trade? It was a very fast trade. Would you have taken it? Let's see here. Oh, wrong chart. Wrong chart. Please, can Jeevan talk about why he's looking for a buy on gold? Because gold looks like it's moving bullish over here.
Yeah, the lower time frames are extremely bullish with how we've been trending and how we broke above those previous highs from yesterday as well. And if you were to look at like the US dollar standalone, the dollar index, it's pretty flat. So there's always good confluences when you look at how the dollar index is moving on the intraday charts. So obviously when the US dollar standalone is bearish, your XXX USD pairs like EU or how we trade gold against the US dollar, gold spot has higher probability of being bullish as well, as long as it lines up with the price action and market structure. But I was still looking for a potential pullback to 1860 though on gold. But right now it's holding at 1865. I do see us going to like the 76 area, 76.5, like towards the end of the by today or towards the end of the day today.
Be a nice move toward that area, man. 1870 and 1875.
Yeah,
should be a nice squeeze to that area.
But I just personally wanted a deeper retest. The only thing I'm iffy about is that it's the end of the week and specifically the end of the business month, and we're coming into a new monthly candle. So like to start off like after the weekend gap. So that's why most of us just sitting on the sidelines, doing analysis, breaking down price action and such.
All these donations can be used to help a good, consistent paper trader start a live account. There's a huge difference between trading a live account and paper trading in your mind. There's a big difference. You can be consistent paper trader in your mind, but trading on a live account, it's a completely different thing. So no, the donations can't be used for that. So it looks like we're going to be giving away 2 magic keys here this morning. And the first... Yeah.
Do you have a drum roll? Do you have a drum roll?
Drum roll? Okay, hold on.
Oh, yeah, that's me.
Drum roll.
Oh, no, that's
man, just press drum roll.
Yeah, I did.
Just said it, drum roll. Drum roll.
Man.
Do you have drum roll?
Okay.
Oh, the first winner is... Hold on, where's the name over here? Wes L.
Oh, Mr. Wes L.
Mr. Wes L from the Gulag. Mr. Wes L. Yeah, Mr. Wes L from the Gulag. We're going to message you here later on. Our team is going to message you and we're going to send you out a magic keys. We had, yeah, so I'm not going to say
from
that.
Margin calls to profit margins.
Profit margins, yeah. Oh, the Gulag chat went wild. Me.
Holy, look at these animals. Wow.
Yeah, Wes L got the first one.
Think about these guys right now typing me on the keyboard like so fast. Me 10. That's what I picture. Is there 2? When's the other giveaway? Now.
No, I can't see that name over there anymore now.
Oh.
I can't see that name anymore now.
So it's only 1 giveaway right now to Mr. West.
One giveaway to Mr. West.
What do they have to do? Message you on Instagram?
Yeah, message me on Instagram or actually send an email to No, I'm not going to say that. I'm just going to find the person here on YouTube, Wesal.
Mm.
Because last time we sent the email, we got 30 emails.
Wow.
We got 30 emails. Yeah.
Hello, I am Wes. It's like your email says Abdul. That's not. You're not Wes.
Imagine.
Yeah. And the emails were like, I want the free magic keys as said on the live stream.
Email said abdulmuhammad@gmail.com. Hello, I am Mr. Wes. Please give me the magic keys.
Oh, hey Raja, thank you for inviting people to share their experiences with us so we can avoid mistakes and save time and develop our trading skills. Oh, you're welcome. You are welcome. This is what Fridays are for, you know. Fridays are for reflection of the week, talk about like, you know, how to manage risk, discipline, stuff like that. You know, so it's better to end the Friday on a good note with some, you know, good psychological talk or prep talk instead of like trying to force trades and try to make back losses and all that stuff.
You have to do like the higher time frame analysis, plan out for next week and next month instead, right? That's the whole point of trading as well.
Oh yeah.
Develop your chart hours, do analysis, share ideas with each other, and collaborate.
That's what Sunday's for, brother.
Yes, sir.
Fam, no FOMO. But if gold start breaking 1867, it's gonna pump.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the lower time frame structure on 1 minute. It's all good.
Trying to make a little support.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. We got Wesal over here.
Oh, there he is. Imagine somebody made that Google account quick. Super quick. Like...
And how do you know it's the real one? That's the thing.
Because
this guy just...
because you can only have one name in YouTube. That's how.
Bro, you just I could make another account saying Rakeel Zahur right now. Start commenting away.
All right, looks like gold is gonna continue pumping to 1870.
Yeah, I think so. At least the hour wick fill, and then you probably get a rejection from there.
You know?
Yeah.
Could have got a quick 30 pips just with that 65 little 1 minute support.
Yeah.
Right now, so I don't know. I think it's because if it clears these previous highs, I see 76, like shooting straight to 76.
Yeah, 75 is a nice target though.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah,
$10 move from where price was right now. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna secure 50% right now. If you break that hour, you may get another rejection from that hour wick fill.
Because right now we're just reacting right at that little previous 1 minute high that was just created right here.
Ooh, this is the NY Open now over here.
Right? So now if we bust this, we're 76.5 is going to get dinged.
It's going to be a quick move.
That's like 60 pips, $6 away.
Because from the resistance on the hourly candle, at least you have like $5 more. So it's sitting right there almost at 1870. Yeah. So it makes sense going to 1875.
Once you break that high, like with gold, the way it usually trends on the lower time frame, make a significant newer 50 pip, even sometimes 100 pip new high. But right now it's rejecting that same point, you know? So we might get a deeper retest if we don't break here.
Yeah.
It's good that you secure some though with that quick little 20-30 pip pump.
Yeah.
Friday
secure
fast.
22, 50% at 22. Because I know that you may get another rejection from there before continuing up. But you don't know this retest how deep it's gonna go. So yeah. It's good, man.
Someone asked, please, how are these Magic Key giveaways working? So basically, the way these Magic Keys giveaways are working is that there were 20 Magic Keys sponsored by a brokerage called Traders Domain. They sponsored 20 Magic Keys to be given away. We've given away around 10 Magic Keys. There's no rules or like, you know, how you can win them. You know, some people in Zoom got Magic Keys. You know, some people in the Gulag got Magic Keys. So, you know, it's just like ongoing basis. If we see someone's fit enough or like, you know, so that's how, like, you know, randomly we pick one person and they get a Magic Keys. It could be based on a donation. It could be based on the chart they send. It could be based on something they say. You know, so there's no set rules on that. So this broker over here, Traders Domain, they basically sponsored 20 magic keys. They bought 20 magic keys from us, and they said, hey, we should give them away to, like, you know, people who we see fit. So this is how we have the magic keys.
And I bet the owner of that broker, he didn't ask for a discount, right?
Oh, nothing. He didn't ask for a discount at all.
I know my guy.
I told him, hey, listen, we can give you a discount. He's like, oh, no, I'm just gonna pay full price.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, perfect.
I know my guy.
Yeah, he's like, don't give me a discount to insult me, man. Like, I can afford it. Yeah, okay, perfect.
Here comes Hornito.
Okay, Hornito, let's go, Hornito.
Here comes Hornito.
if we get another break from there, man, it's done so.
It's teasing.
Let's take a look over here.
It will because momentum is there.
Yeah. Maybe if it does it now, probably the next 30-minute or by NYSE, you know?
Yeah. Because at this point, the only chance that you get for that break is right now, because the 15-minute candle is about to close. So you want to see this 15-minute candle closing outside that resistance.
Smart.
So if the 1 minute candle pulls back toward the previous 1 minute, then it's gonna get another retest to the downside.
We also got pound yen here at a very delicate situation over here.
It did that pullback, man. We called that pullback to 0.500 area. It was 5 pips away from that sniper 0.500 pullback, man.
If we break above 77, 73, I think we can see around, 143,900 after that.
I would wait above 0.800 right here. Is approaching right now because it's right now. It's tapping there again where it rejected before. 144 flat, bro. What do you mean?
Hold on.
Flat next.
According to this cipher pattern, we should continue on right over here.
Oh wow!
This
that's how that works.
Come on.
I guess. I mean, I don't know. It makes sense.
That's the Raja harmonics.
Who's the world?
What is that?
Looks like a house sideways.
Oh, you're making a new roof plan. Okay.
Oh yeah, it looks like a roof. Yeah.
Because this liquidity grab, it broke below the low on the 1 hour time frame, which means it grabbed liquidity there. And now
holy moly, Jivan, we got this shit, man.
Chill. It's a new 15-minute candle. Don't jinx it, Hornito. Don't jinx it. That was too premature.
Yeah. No, I mean,
you got the 70 tap though, at least, right?
Yeah.
Oh, someone asked, are we in?
No, man, you're out. I'm in.
Hornito.
Kervin is on fire today.
Yeah, a stronger close on the 15-minute, man.
Yeah, that's because it's 15-minute. I think it's still gonna make a lower wick quick.
Yeah,
now, you know?
Definitely, yeah. But I got the 1870.
That was like you said. That was right when the 15-minute candle closed. It taps close to 1870, but it's gonna make that little lower wick now. If as long as it maintains the structure we're looking at on a lower time frame, it's gonna keep slowly chugging away.
Yeah. Slowly but surely, because right now you don't want to see a dip pullback below 1867. Should stay on that area.
76 is coming, man. Trust me. 76 is coming.
I'm gonna put my balls on the table. I'm gonna.
Oh! There goes GJ. GJ needs to pump up above close to 780, and then I guess we're off, continuing this momentum bullish.
Holy, who is this? Jivan told me to change
full
my
margin
name.
buys on GJ.
Magic keys now. I didn't tell you to change your name.
No, you're probably gonna get banned now. Hold on.
Yeah.
Full margin buys on GJ.
Oh yeah, GJ's off.
Yeah.
It's off to the races. Easy 10 pips you're gonna get over here.
Nice squeeze to 144.
144 is coming flat. 144 flat's coming in the next 3 minutes. Looks like.
Yeah.
3 minutes.
It's like binary options. We're calling basically. Yeah. Gold too. Gold's gonna give you a nice squeeze. Trust.
I'm watching gold still.
Yeah.
By the way, just as you head out there, I'm not in any trades. If someone's thinking I'm trading, I'm not in any trades. They're just spectating.
Yeah. I'm risking some of my gold trade on GG.
See, GJ's reacting 0.800 right now. That's the level, man.
Yeah.
You guys know.
Yeah.
Next range is 144. Otherwise, watch this area. But gold's teasing right here, eh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's basically just teasing the 70 area.
Might get it the next 30 minutes. 30-minute candle. More volume comes in.
Man, see those lower time frames? Basically no pullbacks, man.
Yeah, very like minor, like 20 pip pullback up, 20 pip pullback up.
I was gonna say, even if I just looked at gold that you mentioned it, but if you look at the 5 minute, it just rolled perfectly off the EMAs as well. Just small pullbacks and then ride up again.
In that little 1 minute structure, right? That little, like, it just keeps doing that little quick little 20 pip pullback and then like makes a little support, right?
Yeah, the 1 minute stays respecting the 50 EMA and jumping up.
So that little right now where I'm looking at, as long as we remain above that little flat candle body support at around 64.5 area right there. Cornito, you see that?
Yeah.
That's like the little key area. If we maintain above there, it's gonna keep chugging away. If we break that, then I can see that little lower time frame structure breaking, and then burn. That looks like it comes below the EMA, then, right? Yeah, and then I can see, then I'll see a deeper pullback to 55. But other than that, it's gonna keep chugging away, I think, slowly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as long as you check that 15 minute, you see all the supporting wicks right there.
Right now, Hornito.
Let's go.
We see that one. You know what gold gives that one quick burst?
Take you out and then flies again.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, who is this new guy?
I'm not new. I've been here since before the gulag existed.
Yeah, that's true.
All right.
Oh, GG's coming back down. Still got 10 minutes left for this 15-minute candle to close. Yeah.
Yeah. They do the same with gold.
I think we're gonna get the next 30-minute candles.
Yeah, just need to get that candle to close above 750 and should be fine.
See, this is a very strong level on gold over here. It's 1869. It's a 1 hour rejection here from 21st January here as well.
Well.
What's this? B2B winners this week. Let's take a look over here. Is it B2B back-to-back or B2B business-to-business?
What is it?
B2B winners, your JPY. Winners back-to-back still holding with partially taking simple strategy of the daily, breaking the high, set orders before the sleep, stress-free trading. Oh, nice. What is these lines over here? The elevators?
Whoa, yeah, what are those? Never seen that.
Yes,
that's new.
Something new. Ped head version 2.
Oh, is that some type of thing? Auto program to like
I don't know.
Script?
I have no idea.
It's like a Bollinger Band, but instead of it being curved.
That's some next.
At what times?
Oh, highs and lows. Previous highs and lows it marks out.
At what times should you look for retest, and how do you know price has momentum? It's basically the time. You know, if you look at the time, it's New York Open. You know, there's going to be volume, and whenever there's volume, there's momentum in the market, right? Retest, it depends. I mean, if you're looking at a 4-hour candle formation, that you're probably looking for market structure on the 15-minute time frame, 30-minute time frame, 1 hour time frame. You know, and also you're basically looking to see that if you're looking at the market, is that during low volume time, which means is that after London close, during New York session afternoon, is that after Asian close, like, you know, in the middle of the night around 12 a.m. or 1 a.m.? Or are you looking at the market when there's pre-London, when there's a lot of volume, or, you know, Asian Open, London Open? So the biggest thing is like people start trading in the afternoon, you know, with New York afternoon when there's no volume at all and they expect price to move and it doesn't move and then they get discouraged.
Someone said, "Where did you get the energy, new guy?" What the?
You know, we ask this question ourselves every day. Where does this guy get all this energy from? All right, this 15-minute candle is about to close in about 8 minutes. If we close bullish and next one starts breaking the high, I think we can continue moving past
Strong
this 800 level.
Strong 30 close as well, then, eh?
Yeah. Yes. You think she's just going to breach 900 because it's at a key level? No.
Top wave 144 at least.
Yeah. I mean, that's what we can expect.
Target. The only thing you got to be iffy about on GJ, like we were talking about on the start of the stream, is when you zoom out on the intraday time frames, the hourly, 4 hour, and you look at how every time when buyers are in the market on GJ after a heavy dip is made and then they create new highs, you have that reaction where when buyers exit out positions and cash out, sellers jump in hand to relieve them out of the market, and then you get a pullback created, which you can observe technically, right? So just be careful that when you're watching GJ on the higher time frames and you back test when it's trending bullish, anytime you see it create a new significant high on the intraday, you'll see higher potential of pullbacks at those points, especially if you notice lower time frame rejection or exhaustion, right? So that's just, and then you'll also notice that GJ can potentially retest those highs for a period of days or weeks before it finally breaks and then like continues back up after it has that corrective phase, right? And this is something to note now with the timing of the market that we're coming to the end of the month and a new monthly candles opening up, and the fact that GJ has printed a new, even if GJ does a pullback now and like still closes like bearish for the day, it's still at least printed new highs, where the next month, if we get a pullback to retest previous highs in structure, we're just looking to continue up, right? But just be cautious of that you can go back test that technically yourself and understand that it's not that GJ enters a sell-off, it's just that buyers are exiting out of the market, they're cashing out, right? And when you have that transaction behind the scenes, it creates that pullback, right? And usually you see this at new highs being created. But as long as markets are optimistic fundamentally, meaning we still have optimism over the Brexit deal, all of the COVID fears have been priced in since early 2020 March. Our safe haven currencies like the US dollar and Japanese yen are extremely bearish, right? All of global equity markets, stock markets in any region from China to Australia to the UK to Euro are extremely bullish from that support of central banks. And all this money that the government and corporations are getting from the central banks, they're putting back into the market to line up their pockets as well, as the central banks are also making money on these trending markets with these currencies being a lot stronger and the equity markets being so bullish because they're purchasing the ETFs to support these equity markets, right? So as long as we have the optimism regarding the vaccines, if we don't have any global lockdowns, we're just going to have these pullbacks on the higher time frames on GJ where it could create a higher low to retest some bullish market structure and then continuations to the upside. It's really going to take a lot of market fear to shake out all this investor confidence and have them exit out of the stock market buys and start short selling that and see a spike in the US dollar and the Japanese yen and Swiss franc as safe haven currencies and really shift the market sentiment, right? Because other than that, a lot of the fear has been priced in. Even though the people are still suffering and dealing with COVID and lost their jobs, the market in the financial industry doesn't give a shit. They're making shit tons of money on all of these moves and all of these like based off all of these fundamental catalysts, right? So right now we've seen floods of vaccine talks. We've noticed our safe haven currencies are weak. The global stock markets are bullish. What you digest that is that the overall investor sentiment that's moving the market, they're optimistic, they're confident, right? So, yeah. And obviously, when the market's in fear mode, you get a shift. You see stock markets fall, you see safe haven currencies go up, etc., etc. And then you just line that up with your price action and market structure. So that's why GJ's been so bullish. That's why if you look at GJ, it doesn't matter if you look at GJ, AUD JPY, Euro JPY, AUD USD, Euro USD, AUD USD, GBP USD, all of them, if you look at the structure on the higher time frames, is exactly the same. If you zoom out and you pull out an AUD USD chart and you go on the 4 hour and zoom out, and you essentially just really zoom out, right? Since March, from the COVID crash, you're gonna see this bullish market structure. And if you go to GBP, USD or GBP JPY, you're gonna see similar continued bullish market structure. This is because how money is moving in the overall markets. That you have ever since the COVID crash, when central banks jumped in and you had markets turn optimistic and the equity markets and stock markets turn bullish, all risk currency pairs against safe haven currencies, anything against the Japanese yen or US dollar, NZD, AUD, Euro, GBP, CAD, they all have this similar structure, right? So when you understand this and you know how the flow of money is moving and why, you line this up with your technicals and market structure, and you have a lot of confidence to execute on trades, right?
But you know, at the same time, what's really funny is, like, even though we had, like, you know, that big drop, like in everything, with that big drop, like a lot of people lost a lot of their investments, their RSPs, like, you know, these investments they had in, like, you know, like these risky vehicles, they lost those investments, and even though the market corrected itself, they didn't make that money back.
Yeah, the people, obviously, usually the people get fucked, right? That's just history.
Because even if you look right over here, right, AUD USD fell all the way down from like March. In a few days, we made a low over here. It corrected all the way back. Even with this market correction, people lost their gains. They never made those gains back.
And to show you the concept of how it's running on market optimism, and like how go to AUD USD there again for a second, and go pull up it just to show you that this is a currency pair, Australian dollar against the US dollar, but pull up US 30, which is the US stock market. The market structure since March is going to be the exact same, just because it's running on that fundamental concept of the support of the central banks, that the investor optimism and all that fear initially being priced in. So if you go to the daily and you go to like when March was on thing, you're going to see a heavy dip and then a big rally correction. What's the difference side by side? That's showing you how investor money is moving through the markets overall. And this is a stock market against a currency pair. But the ideology behind it is that they're both primarily impacted by those fundamental factors of that central bank support, right? And of the central banks flooding the markets, buying those ETFs of the respective countries' stock market, buying the government bonds, the government flooding that money into the markets, and corporations doing the same. And then you have the safe haven currencies weakening, and then you get what I'm saying? You see this across the board. So when you understand this, and you understand that as long as we don't have something new come into the scene that brings mass market fear, we're just going to have a continuation of this structure and trend.
Yeah. Man, you guys can learn a lot on this YouTube channel right over here. Smart money moves and all, like the basic fundamental concepts. Amazing here. Oh, pound yen closed above, 143.770 over here, above these highs.
Ornito, there's that 30-minute pullback we were talking about on gold. Now this new 30 just opened up, though. It doesn't have a lower wick, though. A little bit iffy.
Now 1864.87 is a strong support in lower time frames. Let's see.
CPI news just dropped for CAD and USD. USD came out better than expected with 0.6 and 0.3.
CPI was today?
Yeah, right now, like 10 seconds ago.
No, that's not CPI.
It was just like a medium impact.
Yeah, it was low and medium for that one though. And then
but it's still weak in the still weaken the dollar short term though.
Yeah, and then we still got in an hour and a half. We got pending sales for home, Michigan consumer, and then later on we have a Yellen speech.
Plus end of month. But yo, thank you guys for having me on, eh? I have to go do a couple of chores now for the end of the week here. Got a couple of errands to run. I appreciate it. I'll come on more Fridays or more often during the week. You know what I mean? Talk about the markets and banter with you guys. Always fun time.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, no problem, man. Thank you.
Thank you,
man.
It's not my channel, but you're always welcome, man.
See you guys later.
All right. Take care. Hey Raja, like the 5 minute on GJ, there's that small bearish candle. That small bearish candle doesn't matter when you're looking at the 15 minute and 30 minute to continue moving bullish, which is the minor retracement on the high time frame. Is this due to the buyers cashing out? No, buyers don't cash out on 5 minute time frames.
Yeah.
I mean, no, man. Yeah, like, yeah. I mean, here's the thing. We got to stop talking ourselves out of positions by just looking at the 5 minute time frames. You know, you see the 15 minute is closing above this area and you're looking at, you know, levels at 143,900, 144. You know, you mark out your range and then basically that's it. Like, you know, once this 15 minute kind of start breaking above, you know, 143,770, then that was the opportunity for price to continue moving up. It's like what happened yesterday. We moved up over here too. Yeah. Now we're moving up.
Yeah. And you know, looking at the setup on GJ, there's nothing that so far is going to tell me that we're going to reverse that daily candle bullish. So it's one of these days that is on Friday, GJ just is a straight drop or a straight rise. But there's nothing that so far that I can tell you. Yeah, wait for this type of setup to look for sells. It's screaming buys and buys and buys. You're a burner.
What's good, man?
Looking at AU, man, you think you're gonna get a retest to that 76? 77 area.
76, 77 is actually being tested right now. And actually, the way it looks to me on the smaller time frame looks like it should break up.
Yeah.
So I'm actually just gonna stay out of it for the moment because in the next 20 minutes I gotta go pick up someone from the airport. So I'm not gonna get into it, you know.
Okay, good, man.
Yeah, bro. Plus, right now, when you're looking at like EMAs and everything, plus it being Friday, right now things are kind of on both sides, you know.
Yeah.
Like I would like to buy AU right now. Not gonna lie, because I feel the 15 minute may still boost up, and I think if the 30 minute can break past this 200 EMA in a few pips, it may possibly keep pushing back up and fill the hourly, and then go up to like 7,700 area. But like I said, I gotta leave soon, and since the 4 hour and the daily are under the EMAs, I'm not trying to look for buys at the moment, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, because the way the 5-minute looks, it's gonna continue bullish momentum. I feel like just a little while ago when it did come under, that was just to get more volume to push up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm looking right now. Where it's looks like we're gonna break that 76,850. Continue to at least 76,950.
Say the last number again.
The last target should be that resistance to the left. 76,950 at least.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. My next resistance above is 76.98.
Ooh, wow! Look at that, boys. Just like yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like yesterday.
Beautiful move.
So, guys in the gulag, you know the drill. If you guys got this trade accidentally on Friday while you're trading, you know, give a like on the stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an amazing move here. We broke above this area. We stayed above. Candle closed bullish. Very, very high probability for price to move up, just like yesterday happened. And man, look at that. We reached target over here around 10 pips, 11 pips, moving up to 143,900. Amazing trade here for the last trade of the week over here. Boom, 900 tap. 900 tap.
It's been a nice Friday.
Yeah. We only had to wait. See, since the trend was bullish, we created resistance here. Now, and once we created resistance, we respected support. We only had to wait for price to, like, you know, break above this resistance, get those confirmations, and boom. See that? Now we're rejecting that 143,900. Body yaddy yaddy yaddy.
Yaddy.
Hey.
You pumping, GJ pumping, gold pumping, everything is pumping today.
Except Jimmy.
My heart is pumping.
Yeah.
Even Bitcoin is pumping. So.
Yeah, that's because Elon Musk tweeted about Bitcoin.
Yeah.
When you talk about support resistance, what do you mean when you talk about long candles? Thank you for all what you do. I really appreciate it. Yeah, long candles mean a lot of volume. You know, long candles basically mean a lot of volume. That's what they basically mean. And if someone took sells over here, those weren't good sells at all because candle didn't really close below support. Yeah, this is an amazing trade. Let's take a look at a 30-minute time frame too. Boom, straight candle up. 1 hour, boom, straight up. 4 hour, straight bullish. 4 hours been moving bullish.
That was amazing.
Should continue.
Fast and easy like yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Been watching.
Waiting for those. Oh, sorry, man.
Oh no, sorry. You go ahead.
No, I was just saying, like, waiting for those 30-minute candle to close. You know, just like so amazing, man.
Oh wow, we had $1,100 in donations today.
Wow, that's beautiful.
I think 400 were from
amazing, man.
400 were from Josh. They're like 500 from me. Yeah, I think we had a really good stream today. We had Jeevan talk about certain things, Bernard talked about certain things, Kervin, Sacha. I mean, we had a profitable trade here called as well. Amazing stream here today, filled with a lot of value. We do this every day. If someone is new to the stream today, we do this every day on Monday, from Monday to Friday, 6:30 a.m. Eastern. You know, so tell your friends about it, your mom and dad about it, your aunties and uncles about it, and tell them to subscribe to the channel too. Can you recommend some good books for Forex trading, price action trading? I think really good books. I don't think there are any good books. There are a lot of good books. Actually, I take that back. There are a lot of good books, but it depends on what you want to read. You know, most of price action I learned by just watching the charts. That's what I was told to do, and that's what I did. And it worked. And by that, what I mean is that if let's say someone was hesitant to take this trade and this trade worked out, what you got to do now is you got to look at this session later on, and then you got to kind of like break this down to yourself and then explain to yourself that why was this a buy and how could you have taken a trade for price to continue moving up. That's what you got to do at that point. And then you're going to learn more that way. You know, books, they come in handy when you want to learn about like certain things. There's this one book I really like over here, 10 Essentials of Forex. The only thing I read in that book was about consolidations. That's it. So consolidation.
Hey, Rakeel, sorry.
Yeah.
Just gonna say, just to piggyback off what you're saying, I totally agree with just like looking at the chart, studying candles and stuff. But Naked Forex is really a good technical book.
Yeah, it's a pretty good book too, Naked Forex.
See, Raja, I agree with you. There's a lot of good books out there. However, it's funny is I've actually learned more from just watching the charts, and I've actually learned more about regular books. Like
100%, and you know why? Because books were written by certain people, and their trading is not gonna be the same trading as yours, and they're basically not gonna be trading at the same time that you used to trade, and they're not gonna be looking at the same volatility the way that you're looking in the real time. You know, so you can read any good book that you want, but until you practice your stuff and you master your craft, then you're gonna see the stuff clear, and then you know your stuff is gonna match up with that book, whatever the book is saying. But other than that, you gotta practice and practice and practice.
Yeah, and what I was getting at as well is one of the books that had the biggest influence for me for trading was actually a book called Stillness is the Key by Ryan Holiday and Mastery, and they have nothing to do with trading. It's just more about looking at yourself.
Stillness is the key.
Yes, sir.
Mind, body, soul. Okay.
Yeah, it just has like different stories and stuff like that. But it'll open your eyes on certain things, and then when you're in the trade, it helps with the psychology. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, but you know, to be honest, I mean, until you practice, and there's gonna be error and failure, but then you're gonna start aligning those stuff to your trading plan. Like for example, I don't used to trade AU, but I saw this setup. So right now I'm 12 pips in profit because I have seen this setup so many times that I was executing based on that. Yeah.
Wow, look at that rejection from 900.
Yeah, that was expected. You're approaching to the last 15-minute candle on the 4 hours, so basically you're in the 4-hour candle makes sense to have a pullback. This 4 hours not closing the same way that the 4-hour candle closed yesterday. If the 4-hour candle closed with that rejection, then most likely you're gonna get a deep retest. Maybe you're gonna get a retest in the next 15-minute candle toward 143.750 at least.
Ooh, gold is also slowly approaching 1874, 1875.
Yeah, 1875 is going to be my last target. But I'm really aware that we're approaching at the 4-hour candle closing. So either it's going to pump or it's going to dump with the 15-minute candle. But 1875 is a nice target. My runner is basically almost hitting take profit.
But hey guys, listen, I'm gonna head off over here. Thank you for showing up. We had a great week here, great end of the week over here as well on Friday.
It was amazing, man.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, Raja.
Take care, everybody.
Raja.
Thank you. Have a great weekend.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Good luck.
Take care.
Hit the like button. Good luck.